Today's video is brought to you by the color white. The guitar, the goggles, the hat, the clothing, everything is white. Apart from, well, you know.
This is another Airsoft mic production.
Man, it's cold in here. Anyway, welcome back to the channel, people. This is the Tokyo Marui AK White Storm Next Gen Recoil. This is ridiculous. Hold on. Come on. Would you look at that? I would not expect anything less from Tokyo Marui. Look at that. That is a piece of art. I'm almost tempted not to take it off the box and just mount the entire box and this AK Storm on the wall and be done with it. And I'm loving how they give you a little breakdown of each section. So right there you've got the transform stock, your serrated grip, and then up here large type selector, tactical magwell, magazine, rail handguard, rear sight rail, optical sight storage, and again I wouldn't expect anything less from TM. Look at that nice little accessory package right there. So you've got your rail covers, M-lock, you've got your Picatinny rail sections there, you've got your hand stop pieces there, and no, they don't give you one, but they're showing you that you can mount a micro pro sight and they give you the mount for it. Although you can buy one just like this, which will go straight onto the rail that's already on the AK Storm. Nice. How awesome does that mag look? And I'm loving that it's a 90 round capacity, so there'll be no rattling. It's a mid cap. And Tokyo Marui, being Tokyo Marui, you get your little box that will have your muzzle cap and some BBs. And that's not all. You also get a tool so you can adjust your front sight, some Allen keys, and an adapter so you can use other regular AK mags. And of course, in true Tokyo Marui style, your instruction manual and other bits and bobs tucked away behind the polystyrene or styrofoam. Okay, so let's have a look at this beauty. So what I love about this platform, despite what happens with TM pistols and revolvers, this bad boy is metal. That's one thing I can never understand about TM, if someone can enlighten me in the comment section. Their primaries can have as much metal as you like, as it were, but not their pistols. Why is that? Everything you can see on this AK White Storm is pretty much metal. Well, this section here, so the upper and the lower receiver, that's all metal. However, the black section there of the magwell is not. That's some form of strong polymer. As we move forward, your hand guard and the top part of this hand guard, which serves as your battery housing, that's all polymer. However, everything at the business end that you can see is metal. Everything black, metal. And then you've got this 6-position, awesome looking retractable stock. And what I like about it is you can take off that piece there so that it's no longer curving in, as it were, a little bit. It'll be curving out a little bit. Nice. It's got some nice rubber texture on the front and the back. However, my personal preference would be to leave it there, just as it is. So as you can see there, you've got a rear QD sling point that will be the same on the other side. And as you would come to expect on an AK platform like this, there's your other sling point. And then we come to the cover here. Underneath here is your next gen gearbox. Now, if this was gas blowback, if this was gas blowback, it would be totally different under there. Now, if you cast your mind back to when I featured one of the most realistic airsoft AKs you could find on the market by WeTech, an upgraded one, it was almost identical to the authentic version underneath there. But again, because this is an AEG, it's your gearbox, but don't let that put you off. There's a reason why it's called Next Gen Recoil. Lovely looking grip there with your serrations and your bit down there so that your hand doesn't slip off easily. Now, before I take you to the other side, please, can I draw your attention to this epic looking mag? Again, metal, full metal mag, loving that contrasting two-tone black and white. Does it remind you of anything? Anyway, and that nice metal sort of fin or ridge it's got going along the back. Look at that. Awesome. And attention to detail right there. The part of the mag that's going to make a lot of contact on and off with your AK, that is also metal. Nice. And a nice metal base. Right. Come on. Smooth. Gorgeous. So on the other side here, let me just quickly bring you back to the rear where you have your other QD sling point. Of course, you've got your mechanism there for moving that stock to different positions and taking it off if need be. And we get to this awesome epic looking fire selector switch in true AK style. Safe, full auto, semi-auto. Come on. And you know how I like to, and I'm sure a lot of you like to, take these sort of stickers off whenever you get your new Airsoft platform? Not on this one. Why? If you are familiar with AKs, real or not, you know that this bad boy right here will scratch the living hell out of that part of the receiver. Not with that sticker there. So if you leave that sticker there, and TM strategically put that there to give you the choice of leaving it on there, and it will preserve the paintwork on this beauty. And then we get to the part that kind of excites me the most. So you've got your charging handle here, okay? But what I will say is though, this is blowback. So this bad boy will go back and it will go forward as you're firing, but it's way better than most other AEGs out there. This thing is so epic, you'd be forgiven for thinking it's gas blowback, but it's not. And if I hold the charging handle back far enough, you can see your hop-up adjustment wheel. And then of course we get back to here again where I mentioned is your battery compartment. Not the biggest of battery compartments, but there's plenty of batteries out there that will fit in there. I'll just give you a quick example. Where's the one I've got? Here we go. This will fit in there nicely. And to gain access in there, you flick the lever up. And there's your Tamiya plug. Nice. I say nice. I wonder when Airsoft manufacturers are going to finally move away from Tamiya and just make Dean's the benchmark, like the bottom rung, the lowest of the lowest you can get for battery connections. And then there's others above that, believe it or not. But yeah, make Dean's the industry standard. I wonder when. Anywho, it's a TM. I'm not fussing. Right, let's give it a quick test. By the way, I've got some BBs in there because there's a cool feature on this that makes it oh so a bit more realistic. Absolutely fantastic. Now you're probably wondering, it's an AEG, why did I do that? It's not real, it's not a gas blowback. Ha! Watch. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it on, no, let's just go straight for it. I'm going to put it full auto. Watch this charging handle. The kick on this for an AEG is not bad at all. I would have loved it if the charging handle went further back, but you know, let's not complain too much. Pretty decent for an AEG. Now, let me get back to what I was talking to before. So I'm going to put it on semi, right? Now watch this. Out of BBs. Now have you noticed, look, it won't fire. There's no BBs left. So when you take the mag out, fill it up again with more rounds. This is the interesting bit. Look, I'm going to put the mag back in. Okay. Now you put it on full auto or semi. For the purpose of this, I'm just going to put it on semi. I'm going to take another shot. Nothing happens. Why? They've added that little extra bit of realism. You have to pull the charging handle back, let it go, and now it will fire. How awesome is that? Come on, Get in! Okay, let's see what we're going to get on the FPS now. I know it's Tokyo Marui, so I'm not looking at anything above 300, or it should be around the 300 mark. But it's Tokyo Marui, so we're talking about TM excellence here. FPS isn't everything. There you go. Let's have a look at the average. 308 on the nose. Let's give it some full auto love. Woo! Averaging again at about, what's that, 306. Let's just bring it back to the, that's the FPS. Let's just bring it back to the rounds per second. 14. Okay, so nice metal adjustable front sight, awesome looking flash hider, and then you have your little rail segment there where you can put your little red dot, and it's got its own built-in rear sight. Nice. And of course, if you wanted a larger option in terms of what you can put on here, you can literally take that off, and as I showed you earlier, there's a plate that you can put on, so you can put on other styles of RMR sights. You just need to remove that little pin. Okay, let's see what she can do on the old accuracy test. Haha, so there you go. I didn't have the Pro sight zeroed in correctly, okay? It was only almost accurate the way it's supposed to be zeroed in, but even with that not quite zeroed in, that sort of result. Come on.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, it would be quite rude of me not to empty the mag. So there you go, people. This is the Tokyo Marui AK White Storm Next Gen Recoil AEG. Absolutely awesome, and like I said before, there's a lot of metal going on here, even though it's a TM. So of course your charging handle, your fire selector switch, all of the receiver, including its cover, and the mag, the sight, the flash hider, this section right here beneath that polymer rail, metal, and of course you've got a metal trigger guard, and metal mag release. As much as I love this thing, it's not my absolute favourite Airsoft AK. Those of you that know my channel, I'll mention it again. I've got a WeTech, upgraded WeTech AK, which is so close to the real thing. That's my favourite AK. And its gas blowback, and the kick is awesome, and the takedown and everything is just like, or almost identical to its real steel counterpart. This is absolutely my favourite AK AEG. For now.